Hey guys, Andrew here, uh, coming at you unscripted and rough once again. I just wanted to briefly speak on my overall thoughts about um, experiencing and consuming Summer Game Fest as a presentation. Not necessarily the content that we saw or the games that were exhibited, more so the overall like experience of what this presentation now is and the good and the bad that come along with it. So this year I watched a ton of Summer Game Fest. I checked out, of course, the primary presentation, Day of the Devs, the Devolver Showcase, um, Wholesome Direct, part of the Future Game Show, the Xbox Showcase, the PC gaming show, part of that, the Ubisoft Forward, I think is what it's called. And as I'm watching um these presentations, it's just dawning on me more and more how this time of year, video game season, as I like to call it, is really just become just a slideshow of commercials for certain um parts of this presentation. Right now, there's some that really shine. I think the Devolver digital showcase is always really disturbing and really funny. Like they make the presentation the focus in some ways, and I think that is I appreciate that is at least a break in what we experienced so far. I think the Wholesome Direct does a really good job of letting developers speak to their games. Kind of in contrast to the Ubisoft Forward presentation, which like people do come on stage along with live musicians for some reason, but people do come on stage but most of the time it's like management, right? Directors, and not so much the boots on the ground, the folks actually physically making these games. So I think Wholesome is a really good experience. Um, but for the most part, I think uh, Xbox Showcase, um, PC gaming show to an extent, uh, and primarily the main event, Summer Game Fest, is just a trailer reel, and it feels like such a corporate capitalistic slog, you know? I caught the tail end of E3 um when it went all digital at the start of the pandemic. And I don't know that I can remember any single aspect of that show. It's been 4 years and I'm 35, so bear with me, but I do remember it feeling much more engaging and exciting, right? I wasn't just sitting in front of a proverbial trough consuming content. It just felt like such a much more personable experience. And with Summer Game Fest, with the big primary showcases, and even some of the smaller ones, it just feels like just constant sizzle reel. And it feels like there's a distinct lack of personality and passion. Like I have very mixed feelings on Jeff Keighley. Not like personally, but in the profession he's chosen, which is a video games exposition leader, right? Uh, I don't know that I could point to a single aspect of this man where I'm like, whoa, there's passion. There's like a real drive for showcasing this art form. But I do see a guy who's like, man, I can really collaborate with these corporate entities to present their content to consumers. And there's a real difference in those two sentences, those two descriptions. One is a guy who loves games and wants people to know about what's out there, both big and small. And I think to an extent this year, like he did show a fair bit of indie games, but then he also aired a 3-minute trailer for a mobile chicken game, and I don't know. It's just it's a real Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde experience. Um, I think the showcases that really shine are those that bring people that love games and make games into it. So all that to say, this year I really appreciated the wholesome direct. I really appreciated Devolver. The showcase was just really weird. Um, Day of the Devs always really good, and I just continue to get more and more disappointed with Summer Game Fest, and hope that maybe in the future it will become something that is much more passionate and much more enthusiastic about what it says it wants to shine a light on, which is great games. So, all that to say, what did you think? If you watched any aspect of Summer Game Fest this year, did is what I'm saying ring true? Are you feeling like maybe it is just becoming commercial season for games rather than a showcase of games? Um, was there any particular game you were super psyched about? I gotta say, Monster Hunter Wilds. Really, really hoping I'll get a chance to play that. Um, that was at the tail end of the Summer Game Fest presentation, and it just looks so good. I think there's a game called Wanderlust and Mixtape also looked great. But yeah, what are you looking forward to? Do you think that you are starting to burn out on Summer Game Fest? Just let me know in the comments below. If you can, a subscription and a like go a long way for a channel this size. We always appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm Andrew Bolkar, and I will talk to you next time.